How you doing? My name is Mark Levitt, and welcome to my broadcast. I usually do bad lyrics webcasts, but today I thought I would change things up, try something a little different with a movie review. So today I decided to review 2012's Amazon made-for-TV. Actually, it was made for TV, and it was shown on the SyFy network. It's entitled Bigfoot. So Bigfoot was released on the SyFy network in 2002. And the reason I got interested in watching the movie is it's really a dream cast. You have Danny Bonaduce, of course, from Partridge Family fame, and Barry Williams from the Brady Bunch. And of course, the big guy, Bigfoot himself. I mean, you can't beat this cast, really. It's a dream cast. So I thought I would check it out and watch it. Now, this film came out a full year before Sharknado and that whole action franchise thing, and the success of that. So let's see. Is it in the same league as Sharknado? Well, here I go. Listen to my review. So anyway, this movie has a preposterous plot that can best be summed up in 4 words. Okay? Men make Bigfoot angry. Well, I guess that's 5 words because it's a compound word, Bigfoot. Anyway, men make Bigfoot angry. That's really all you need to know about the plot for this film, because that's really it. Anyhow, the film centers on Danny Bonaduce, who's actually one of the bright spots of the cast. He's really effective and charismatic and funny. He's what IMDb calls a cynical events organizer / radio DJ. So he really does it all. His name in the film is Harley Henderson. You like that name, Harley Henderson? It's really cool to have a character named after a motorcycle. I guess it wouldn't be quite as cool to name him after a bicycle, like, hey Schwinn, how you doing? Or maybe after an elliptical, like Joey Bowflex. It wouldn't carry the same ring. So anyway, Harry Henderson, Harley Henderson is Harry Henderson. Anyway, he's a radio DJ / events organizer in the small town of Deadwood, South Dakota. And he wants to put together a Woodstock style 80s concert in town. And in order to do that, he's got to deforest a large portion of the town because there's really not enough land. So he's got to deforest everything. And guess what? Well, Barry Williams shows up, and he plays Simon Quinn, and he's a former bandmate of Harley's, Danny Bonaduce. He's a former bandmate of his, and for some reason now he's some kind of a militant environmentalist. You like that career transition from hard rocker to environmentalist? What, like, I gotta say, it's kind of an abrupt transition. I'm thinking Barry Boy had to, take some night classes for his master's in sustainability at Hofstra University or something. I mean, how did he make that break? How did the transition from rocker to this guy? Anyway, Barry Williams' over-the-top acting in this film is really rancid. I mean, I was laughing out loud at some of his line deliveries. Let me see. I actually wrote down one of the things he said. He's like, remember, these people have lost loved ones. Everyone's a victim. In times of tragedy, it's natural to be angry, and we should be angry. I mean, that's great dialogue too, right? But anyway, his acting is really bad, and one of the most satisfying shots in the movie is when the town sheriff actually tases Barry Williams. Tases him, and he gets knocked out for a while. Believe me, it's a relief. All right. Then we go to, now the cast standouts to me, and the people in the cast that are really good are Twin Peaks' Sherilyn Fenn, who plays the town sheriff. She's good. She's affecting. But for some reason, the film's wardrobe department decided to outfit her in some kind of a horrendous Beatles wig, like this black shaggy wig that she wears throughout the entire film. I don't know why she's doing that. It looks like she's like a cast off from some cover band or something. It's really ridiculous. Also, WKRP's Howard Hessman is in it. He's really good as the town's mayor. It's really effective. And then you have veteran actor Bruce Davidson. He's really good. He's kind of the Alec Guinness of this whole project. Really, the best acting. And then they plunked in rock legend Alice Cooper in one ridiculous scene during the rock concert. He appears as himself, but really a tacky, over-the-hill version of himself. He sings one song, but then I think he gets eaten by the creature. Anyway, it's just he's wasted, basically. Now, on to the big man himself, Bigfoot. Now, I was really dissatisfied with the look of Bigfoot. He doesn't look like the Bigfoot that I grew up with. Like in the $6 Million Man, you had a more realistic, Bigfoot. He was about 7 foot tall. He's shaggy, etc. Now this Bigfoot is more similar to King Kong. He's like 30 stories high, and all the freaking creature does really is just stand around growling. He's really one-dimensional, and I would have preferred a lot more character development for Bigfoot. I don't know, give him some daddy issues. Had him go through a bad divorce or something, some kind of a backstory that would show you what led up to his anger issues, obviously, at this whole town. But the guy roars, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty one-dimensional. At least, in Sharknado, the sharks could both swim and kind of fly, so they at least had that going for them. Anyway, Bigfoot's favorite pastime is just going around stomping on people. He stomps on about at least 6 or 7 people by my count. He rips the heads off people, always a fun pastime. And speaking of that, the budget of this film, and the specs are really horrendous. I mean, the police sheriff's office looks more like a school resource room. The town reporters stand around holding what looks like just a block with a kid's number 4 on it, on a microphone. They just stand around and when people's heads are ripped off by Bigfoot, it just looks like a rag doll. Like there's no spillage, no carnage, nothing. It's like totally immaculate killings. It just looks like Bigfoot got loose in a gigantic Build-A-Bear or something. It's like no innards, nothing. Really, really. This is bloodless killings, basically. Anyhow, the film forges on. Bigfoot racks up a tremendous head count. So Danny Bonaduce, Harley over here, he hires a group of paid vigilantes to go, go after him, to take him down with rifles. They go in with rifles and everything. And the National Guard gets called into the town, really over the top of ridiculousness. And then, but Barry has this group of pacifists who hang around him. This group of, for some reason, very attractive women. Like it almost seems like some kind of a cult he has going, because really, they're just all pretty and young, and they basically follow him around and do what he wants them to do. So anyway, and he himself, there's ridiculous scenes of him on a hang glider shooting at Bigfoot. I don't think Barry Williams actually had the balls to go on a hang glider up, in the sky. I think probably he was filmed against a blue screen, because I find it hard to believe he willingly went on one of those for this film. But anyway, his band of pacifists have this idea to shoot Bigfoot with a tranquilizer gun. So they, with tranquilizer darts, or what Barry ridiculously calls a tranquilizer formulation. Like that, they throw in these technical tranquilizer formulation. And so Barry and his posse of pacifists, they go after the creature. And their goal is so that they can send him to some kind of preserve where he could live free. Now, meanwhile, this creature has already killed 300 people in this town. So their idea is to, put him here in this preserve where he could live free. It's ridiculous. Anyway, aside from the things that I mentioned, really the biggest letdown for me in this whole film was the script. I mean, there's a throwaway Brady Bunch joke that was thrown in some really opportune time. I won't spoil it, but it's really unnecessary. But the script was pretty dull, earnest, good guy, bad guy kind of stuff. It didn't play on the image of Danny and Barry that much. They didn't really take advantage of Alice Cooper. it really needed a wittier script, and I quite frankly, I think Danny Bonaduce came up with wittier stuff to stay while he was waiting in his trailer to go on, because this was horrible. So they probably should have had him kind of look over the script, add some funny lines here and there to spruce things up. I mean, just, at the top of my head, I could come up with a couple of humorous ideas. They could have had, Bigfoot destroy the Partridge Family bus while Danny was in it. That would have been pretty cute. Or, I don't know, Barry throw a football, with a grenade launched into it, as a homage to the, oh, my nose, or something like that. Or they could have even just played, I don't know, Sunshine Day while the creature was ripping people's heads off. Anything, just tongue-in-cheek. But my advice is really, in the end result, I can't heartily recommend this film. I mean, if you want to see Danny Bonaduce, you want to see him in his prime, obviously Partridge Family, or listen to him on his radio broadcast. And for Barry Williams, I guess if you check him out on those old Apprentice, when he appeared on The Apprentice, that's a chance to see him in a pretty ridiculous setting. But really, this film, Bigfoot, it's only for the hardcore. It really is. So anyway, I've been Mark Levitt, your host for today's movie review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Until then, enjoy the rest of your life.